I've been working on this poem actually for several weeks, and it's still not done because it's very hard. I was in New York a few weeks ago, and I was hanging out with a buddy of mine who's also a poet, my friend Sebastian, and he reads me this lovely poem, and it was a love poem, and it was so gentle. And at the end of the poem, I was like, dang, bro, like, you love that girl. Like, who is that about? Like, it's so beautiful. And I was like, is that about your girl? And he goes, actually, I wrote this when I was single. And I wrote it about myself. he said, I basically was like, you know what? I want to write a poem that I wish I would receive. I want to say the things that I wish someone would say to me. I want a poem that notices things that only someone who really loves me and is really paying attention would notice. And I was like, yo, that is beautiful. And it was very romantic. It wasn't just like an affirmation poem, you know? And so I took that as a challenge. I was like, man, I want to try to do that. And let me tell you, it is hard. You know, because I think a lot of us, we often get similar type of compliments, whatever your strengths are, you know, but his poem, it was so specific, and it really made me think, again, what are the things that only someone who really loved me and was paying attention would notice? And also the aspect of having it be a love poem and romantic, like, it made me think, like, what would make me blush? You know, what would really, like, romancing myself was a difficult thing. And I don't feel like I quite got it, to be honest. This is still in process. But yeah, this is what I have so far. And it's called The Easiest Love. You ain't the type I should take home to mama. I ain't the type to let that stop me. I'll fight every elder and ancestor in your name. The day I'm ashamed of you is the day I want to die. May God rip the breath from my flesh if I ever consider you anything less than glorious. You're easy to love. You love easily. Two of your closest friends confess how they're the most annoying expressions of themselves around you on purpose. How all their particularities come out of hiding with full trust in your kindness. You were confused. You didn't know you were getting the bootleg version. You always thought they were quite delightful. You show people who've been told they're difficult that they're easy to love. You're easy to love. You make anyone feel like your best friend. 3 minutes or less and you're patting some stranger on the back as they're crying about their daddy issues. I love how you think that's normal. I love how you normalize the wonderful. I love how you wonderize the everyday. This life, through your eyes, has been the greatest gift. Ain't no person ever been boring. Ain't no beauty unworthy of pause. Ain't no grief too small to lament. I love your philosophy. If it exists, it deserves poetry. If it exists, who are we to tell God it's not important? You think everything is important, and I respect the passion. You got 50-11 hills you're willing to die on. I ain't never met nobody who cares so much. You're easy to love. Your love has conviction. You're stubborn, but not stuck. You're the last person on earth to call it flat, the first person to say it's round. Peer pressure is powerless. You change only when you're convinced. You don't regret the years spent being true to who you were. Can't ask for nothing more than honesty. You taught me to never believe anyone who says you're better than this. If I was, I wouldn't have done it. I love the way you make too much sense. I love the way you forgive. I love the way you love every person you've ever been. I love the way you love every person you've ever loved, especially me. I know I can be difficult, but you insist that I too am easy to love, and most days I believe you. Most days I believe you because you suck at lying. I love the way you suck at lying, but sometimes you still try, and your hands tremble, and you feel nauseous. I love the way deceit is never comfortable in your body. You're easy to love. You're always singing. You're always singing love songs. You're always repeating. You're always repeating yourself. You're always repeating the things I need to hear. You're always telling me I'm easy to love. I'm easy to love. I'm easy to love. Despite the long list of reasons I could disagree, it's hard not to believe it when someone as lovely as you is so sure about me. That's all I've ever wanted. I don't need to see your plans for our future. Just be sure you want me in it, and I promise you, with a fierce tenderness, I will make your life with me the loveliest, the gentlest, the easiest love, the easiest love, the easiest love you will ever live.